Arsenal 3, Norwich 1.
Thank you, Graham. So the points seem settled in that one. Here they are far from settled. Manchester United leading Southampton by 1-0. Robin van Persie, the scorer of the only goal. Don't forget Fan Zone's coming up with Brian and Johnny Lyons. That's between 5 and 6 tonight. Talk to us on 1850 715 100. Text us on 53102 or tweet at Today FM Prem Live. Interact now and we will air your views. Still plenty of action to come here from Old Trafford with just over 3 minutes of normal time left to play.
Well, they've made the change and brought Smalling on, but surprisingly they put Smalling back to centre half and moved Jones in the middle of the pitch. Normally, mind you, if the back four is doing well, you don't change the centre back pairing with 4 or 5 minutes to go when you're hanging on. But Jones just sitting in front of him. But all Southampton now still attacking down this right hand side again, with Klein getting right up there.
It was Rooney who went off, incidentally. Southampton put a long ball into the penalty area. Ward-Prowse curling that one away from the far post. And Chris Smalling, the substitute, got his head to it and heads it out for a throw.
Yeah, Rooney went off. He obviously did a lot of work during the week, got 2 goals for England. So Van Persie's up there in his third now. United with lots of defenders.
Luke Shaw tries a cross from a long way out for Southampton. It's charged down by Phil Jones and it comes off his shins and goes behind for a Southampton corner wide on the left. Ward-Prowse going over to take this one.
United, everybody back in their own penalty area now, hanging on. This has been an admirable performance by Southampton, no matter what way it goes.
So Ward-Prowse to take this one, but the referee's concerned that the ball might not be in the quadrant, and Mike Jones is going over to have a look and inspect for himself. And guess what? He's had a close look and he's decided, yes, it is in the quadrant. So Ward-Prowse can take this corner. Over it comes towards the near post. Oh, it's loose and Lovren's equalised. Southampton have equalised. I don't believe it. And neither do Southampton's players. Every single one of them comes sprinting to pile on top of Dejan Lovren as he skids knees first by the corner flag in front of those thousands of Southampton supporters. Every single one of them jumping up and down, arms in the air. Southampton have equalised and they're probably going to come away with a point from this game, and they may well yet heap misery on David Moyes from this one. There are Manchester United supporters around us putting their coats on and streaming out of the ground. Manchester United won, Southampton won.
Well, there was an awful lot of movement in the penalty area. It was Manchester United players swinging about it. Jones, I think, was the one that was closest to it. Lovren got in around the back of him. Jones swung at it, missed it completely when it dropped. Nobody put a head to it, and Lovren got a boot on it and went straight through the middle of the Manchester United goal. Southampton have been threatening that goal all through the second half. I just said moments ago, if they don't get a point from this match, they'll come out of it with admiration for me and the way they played. David Moyes on the sideline now with a head on him, but like a bull at the moment, haven't conceded that goal.
There's still 35 seconds of normal time to play, and you feel like Southampton might also push forward looking for a winner here. They've played well enough. If they were to win this game, you wouldn't be too surprised. Lallana gets away from Carrick for Southampton, puts it across the face of goal. Phil Jones heads away. Ricky Lambert picks it up now for Southampton outside the box. Osvaldo tries a shot on the turn. It's a weak one, and it skids wide for a goal kick.
Well, United really hanging on at this stage, getting in down the right hand side again. Giggs not being able to match his man Lallana all the way, but we just saw a replay of that. Jones swung at it. I don't know why there wasn't a Manchester United player to head it. The corner kick is coming across inside the 6-yard box. They have all those big men there, Evans, Jones, Smalling, and none of them were near it none of them were near enough to get a boot to it. There's 5 minutes injury time.
Yes, the fourth official has just shown 5 minutes of time to be added on at Old Trafford. If you're a Manchester United fan, you will be biting your nails and hoping your team can get themselves back in front. Ryan Giggs, wide on the left, skips around Adam Lallana with ease, chips the ball across the face of goal. Boric comes out one-handed, doesn't get to it. Januzaj tries a volley, but he completely missed it under pressure from Luke Shaw. Southampton bring it away in their left back position with Shaw. Long ball down that left wing, and it's sliced out of play. It will be a Manchester United throw on the halfway line. I can see empty red seats around Old Trafford. It's not empty, but there are people walking out unhappy. There's a goal at the Emirates, Arsenal-Norwich, Graham Miller.
Yeah, they have sealed it now. Arsenal 4, Norwich 1. Mesut Ozil with his second of the game, really, as Norwich really have fallen apart in the back as Arsenal really have driven forward. Arsenal 4, Norwich 1.
Thank you, Graham. Brian.
Yeah, well, the people left the ground as soon as the goal went in. Look, it's a hard ground to get away from when there's 70,000 all leaving at the one time, but there was an element of frustration in that Southampton had scored, but it had been coming. They'd had a lot of possession second half, hadn't threatened the goal too often, but you can't say they didn't deserve it on the amount of possession they had, the invention in their play. Manchester United have a couple of minutes to try and rescue it, to get 3 points. They need 3 points, the position they're in the league at the moment. The finishes draw 3-2-3. It's not a great situation for them. They're pushing on a little bit now, but I'd say David Moyes is very, very annoyed over concession of that goal.
David Moyes is standing in the technical area with his hands on his hips. We've got 3 minutes of injury time yet to play, and I can see Sir Alex Ferguson away to my left in the director's box. I'll tell you about him in a minute. Raphael with a cross for United. Up goes Ryan Giggs. He's headed away. Sir Alex Ferguson, I'm watching just over to my left, and just a moment ago he just glanced down at David Moyes. He wasn't watching the action. The ball was at the other end of the field, and you can't help but wonder what is going through his mind right now as he watches just a few seats away from us here in the main stand at Old Trafford. There is still play to be made here. We're in the 93rd minute, 3.5 minutes left. Can Manchester United win it? Can Southampton win it? United get it out wide on the right with Raphael, close to the corner flag, stands across up looking for Evra, but Lallana beats him in the air for Southampton. Glances the ball towards the corner flag, and over comes Nathaniel Klein to keep it in play, launch it down the right for Southampton, and put it on the toe of Ricky Lambert. His first touch led him down. United get it back on the halfway line with Johnny Evans, who wanted to hit a long ball forward, but there are so many Southampton players back.
But they're having a go now, United. They're really pushing on. Southampton are getting the numbers behind the ball. They'd be happy with a point.
Oh, Raphael's done well down the right hand side for United, pulls it across, and it's a packed penalty area. A Southampton boot clears the ball, but only half clears it. Lallana has to complete the clearance, dribbling away out of the penalty area, and Phil Jones rugby tackles Lallana as he threatened to get away. Southampton will have a free kick in their own half.
Well, the ball come over. Raphael did very well down the corner flag to dig it out, got across the edge of the box. Welbeck was waiting on to come down, got his touch on it, was waiting, having a look around. Too many Southampton players there on the edge of the penalty area. Lallana has been brilliant in the match, won it, was running away, attacking straight away through the middle, and Jones coming back, fouls him and takes him down. They just haven't had really enough today, United. They haven't had enough energy about the team all around the pitch.
I just saw Sir Alex Ferguson check his watch.
I think Alex Ferguson shouldn't really be coming for a few months, to be honest. He'd be doing David Moyes a favour. He'd be doing another favour if he launched a book in about 4 years' time, when David Moyes is well into the job and winning his own trophies maybe now and again. I don't think it's doing any favours at all for the manager. Every week there's something about Alex Ferguson, a new road, a new book.
United fans, give us a call. Fan Zone tonight. You can talk to Brian, you can talk to Johnny Lyons. Whatever you think about this game, whatever you think about Sir Alex Ferguson being in the director's box, there's certainly talking points tonight. Fan Zone between 5 and 6. The number is 1850 715 100. The text is 53102. Tweet at TodayFM Prem Live. Southampton are coming forward here. We're in the last minute. It's a shot from Lallana. It's a low and a weak one. De Gea gets down to his right, gets both hands on it, springs to his feet, rolls it out to Raphael. There might be one last chance here. 30 seconds of injury time left to play. Raphael with the outside of his right foot plays it down the right hand channel for Van Persie, and then Raphael goes sprinting forward into the centre forward position. In he goes to the other side. Here is Raphael in the penalty area, tries a shot, but it's just charged down by Font. Raphael went down in the process, wanted a penalty, not a chance of a penalty.
Great tackle by Schneiderlin again in his own penalty area. Lovely little ball played into the box by Januzaj for Raphael, but no foul for me.
There's the full-time whistle, and it's Southampton supporters who are jumping up and down and celebrating. We had an inkling before this game that Manchester United might not be at full strength and might not be quite as strong as we've seen in the past. And Brian, so it's proved.
Well, they can have no complaints today overall. Over the 90 minutes of the match, Southampton were well in the game. I'd be interested in the possession figures, because Southampton certainly had plenty of it. They must have had at least 50%. They took the game to United for most of it, pressurised them at the back, created chances, were inventive on the ball. Maybe United hadn't got the freshest possible team in the pitch. I saw some stats that United and Arsenal usually wins over 75% of the games after the international weekend, and the other teams were a lot lower, under 50%. But today's team didn't look fresh, and I think the international thing may have affected them, along with the problems that they've had since the season started.
Now let me ask you about something you mentioned in commentary. Chris Smalling coming on. They changed the back four, and Phil Jones moved into the centre of midfield. Do you think that had any bearing on the goal? I've seen a replay of the goal. Smalling went up for it to try and hit the ball, and he actually collided with Danny Welbeck. That's two substitutes. I don't know if there'd be any confusion about the job they'd be expected to do when they come on as a substitute. Has that had any bearing? Because you did suggest that it would be unusual to change the central defenders who played well.
Well, I never like changing them myself, and most managers don't. If the pairing's going well, if Ferdinand and Vidic are doing well, don't usually take off one and move one into the middle of the field. It's a bit messy. Now, I know Smalling can play around it. Jones is flexible a bit, but I just don't think it was that. Look, it wasn't. It was a corner kick. It should have been headed away. They didn't deal with it, and end the story.
The Southampton players are still on the field. They're applauding all of those who've made the long journey up from the south coast for this one, and there are some players who are almost wiping their eyes in disbelief. It's been a fantastic result and a fantastic performance for them. The full-time score at Old Trafford. Manchester United won, Southampton won.
Which means that Southampton...